I was doing quite a lot of back squats. What I found is that my lower back started to really tighten up.
Reach your left arm forward and then reach your left foot backwards. And that sounds weird, but almost as if someone's pulling your leg. Yeah.
Yeah.
So do that.
I do get cramp in my foot quite a lot.
Yeah, well, I shouldn't say I'm not surprised. Yeah, so you can go back to your regular old Olympic squat or whatever style, but that one is the one that's going to open out the hips and open out the glutes. So you need to temporarily use that as like a sort of mobility exercise.
Sure.
So this is Felix from SS1 Performance. This is Sam.
Hello people.
Hello. So the idea today, I think, is to release and improve on some stuff that you've been...
100%.
Can you just run through sort of top to bottom what's going on? I know there's a glute stuff going on, so yeah.
I went through a period of time where I was doing a squat cycle. I was doing quite a lot of back squats. What I found is that my lower back started to really tighten up. And I think it stems from a tightness in the glutes, glute medius. And I've also got a shoulder issue, but I don't know if we'll get onto that today. But
yeah, we'll see.
It's mainly just lower back problems.
Okay.
So standing for a long time, sitting for a long time, you can start to feel it a little bit. I would say that's the main area of concern.
So basically, your back tightens up when you're stationary, but also when you're training as well.
Yes.
Okay.
Sometimes when I'm training, it's actually not too bad.
Right. Okay.
Maybe because it's warmed up or something, but.
Yeah, and you said in terms of like the glute, you don't actually get a sense that the glute is like painful, basically.
No, it does kind of come up to the middle of the lower back most of the time.
Okay, as in it comes up, so the origin is down at the lower back, then it comes up from the lower back to the sort of almost like the mid.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so we're just going to get a bit of a understanding of what your natural kind of tilt is looking like.
I think I've got quite a large.
Yeah, I mean, it's partly that it's a little bit. If you just get more weight on your heels, how does that feel? Feel weird?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that would immediately depressurize a little bit here.
Right, okay.
So just standing like that.
Just purely through standing more on my heels.
Yeah, but I mean, you're standing, it's like, the way you're standing is for a reason, because your brain's obviously trying to problem solve. Okay, my center of mass has to be here. So stand on the heels a bit more. Okay, right, cool. So we're talking kind of like through here, yeah?
Yeah.
Both sides.
It's actually more on the right side, the right hand side, I would say.
Yeah. More the right hand side, I think, closer to like the QL muscle, like here.
Yes.
And then just keep on driving that movement. And what are you feeling when you're doing that? Anything to report?
Tightness, like right here.
Okay, and then go again. And then if I do this, does that change it?
A little bit actually.
Where does it go now?
It's just gone a little bit. It's just gone a little bit higher, but it's
a little bit higher on the back. You mean?
Yeah, it's gone higher up here.
Okay. Right, fine.
But it doesn't feel as tight.
And what do you get on this side? Same thing, or is it like?
No, not as much.
Okay.
There's not really much tightness at all actually on this side.
Can you just stand like this and then just rotate to the
keeping the feet plant?
Yeah, feet perfect. Yeah, that's it. Good. And then let your head and chest follow. And then turn all the way to where the boxing gloves are. Good. And keep on going. Keep on going. What does that feel like?
I can feel that right hand side of my back more.
Yeah. So right at the end point.
Yeah.
Okay.
This feels a little bit more tight.
Okay. Can you do a yoga squat like that?
Okay. Trousers are quite tight, like.
Yeah. wrong trousers on this one. Okay, so can you move the hands into the middle there? Yeah, good. Okay. What do you feel at the moment?
I feel a little bit of the lower back.
You feel like both, like pulling down
just
here?
Just really on the right hand side, to be honest.
Only on here, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, alright, if you stand up again. Okay, so that toe...
When I internally rotate here,
yeah,
it feels actually a lot tighter.
Right.
It doesn't feel tight, it just feels like there's not as much.
So what's happening here is you're stepping out. On the other one, let's say you both, the left foot moved out to there. Okay, so you went, let's say, 120 degrees. When you went to the right didn't even make it to 90 degrees. So just go back onto the mat again. I'm only putting you on the mat, by the way, because the floor's freezing.
Yeah, sure.
So, otherwise I wouldn't bother. Yeah, so put the left foot on the mat in the same place it was before. Okay, maybe a little bit further onto the mat, just there we go, cool. All right, so I want you to move between those two positions, but that toe, try to get that toe to rotate towards those mats or where anything is. That's it. Okay, keep on going. And then how does that, keep on doing it, but how does that feel on the left foot or left hip?
On the left hip, it does pinch a little bit on this external.
Yeah. Step a little bit further that way when you do it as well. So still rotate. There we go. Right, that's it. Good. That's a proper rotational step with the lateral and the posterior movement.
Yeah, so I can feel the left quite a lot there.
Yeah. Okay, go again. And one more. What are your, experience with dealing with your feet and everything? Anything to report there, or?
Yeah, no, not really. To be fair.
Just roll the arch of your foot on that. You can use me as a sort of, So, kind of like a mediocre pressure, where if you stand too heavy on it, then your muscles just tense up like that. So you need to kind of make it like a 5 or 6.
Yeah, okay.
And then
I do get cramp in my foot quite a lot.
Yeah, well, I shouldn't say I'm not surprised. But it looks like that would be the case, yeah. What would cause the cramp usually?
To be honest, mate, I don't even know. I haven't.
We're not talking like when you're asleep.
Yeah, no, I know. I'm trying to think, but I can't think of what actually causes it. Sometimes it's just quite. Like for instance, if I'm doing a Bulgarian split squat,
okay,
and my foot on the bench, the foot that's leaning on the bench at the back will often get cramp.
Oh, okay. Sounds weird, but is there something we can do in here that would cause your back pain? Like as in a set of particular kinds of squats or movements?
Not particularly, no.
Okay.
Like I think obviously the way that it originally became really, really tight was through back squats.
Yeah.
But it wasn't so much the squats at the time.
It was like the day after.
The day after.
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
And I think it might be down to excessive butt wink at the bottom of the movement.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm not 100% sure.
Right, so just do 10 rotations like this. I want you to squeeze your abs as you do them though, and then tell me if there's any kind of issues going on in terms of like what you can feel. Okay, and then you're saying that shoulder.
Yeah, this shoulder's a little bit.
When you say shoulder, we're talking like up here.
It's like it feels like it's in the interior delt, maybe.
We're talking about in here. Okay. Fine. What that would be during what, benching?
Yeah, different sorts of pushing movements.
Okay, so that would be kind of like during or after again?
During.
Okay.
It's quite sensitive.
Like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
To be fair, that's actually not too bad.
So
it's more like on the, probably in between.
Yeah, the kind of the fibers over here, basically, right? So I want you to do this kind of movement here. So just going, that's it, and then just basically forwards and backwards, as if you're actually doing a press. And then we're just going to see if we can just get any sort of immediate relief. Am I kind of on the money here in terms of?
It actually feels okay, to be fair.
Right. Okay.
It gets a little bit more. Yeah, it's getting a little bit more sensitive now.
Yeah. So I'm sort of moving more towards the area that you said was.
Yeah, I was going to say I think towards
Yeah, there.
Yeah, you can feel it a little bit there.
Yeah, and in there.
But like as I'm doing this, I don't know if it's more because my shoulder's starting to like fatigue, but it's right in here that starts to
relax
hurt.
for a second. So in there.
Yeah.
Okay, so probably best thing is I need you to basically move your shoulder forwards and backwards like this.
Without moving the rest of my body.
Yeah, if you need to move the rest of the body, that's fine. So go to a neutral position first. Okay, so I'm going to get in there. Have fun with that. Yeah. Now try not to use other. There we go. Good. Okay. So keep on going. It's because you're pec minor.
Ooh, baby.
Yeah.
There we go.
Does that feel like that's the thing that's kind of like?
It feels like that might potentially be the root of the problem.
What you're feeling is the attachment.
Yeah.
So I'm not going too crazy on the attachment directly just yet. Just relax for a second.
Like when you do this, it literally makes like my left arm numb.
Yeah. What about now?
It's not too bad.
Yeah, the deal is that if I get anyone saying that, I have to move sort of ideally off of the area. But yeah,
it's not too bad. It's like almost just feels like all the blood's rushing like to my arm.
It's to do with the nerves. So basically, because I'm probably the muscle's particularly tight, I'm pressing on tissues. That's pressing on the nerve. The nerve then sends kind of signals down here. I'm just doing this on purpose, by the way. I'm just holding on a particular point because it's like a trigger point. So all that's doing is just the mechanoreceptors in the muscle will eventually get the signal of like, right, guys, let's just chill out a little bit because we're clearly being stretched. So rather than break, we'll just, you know, that you get that connectivity with the brain. Right, okay, so just do this movement now. And down as well. I always do down, even though no one else does martial arts necessarily, but I know you've done stuff in the background. Can you go down as well? There we go. Okay, how does that feel? You can feel stuff going on back here, I guess. Yeah.
Oh, rah.
in there, yeah?
Yeah. Definitely on this.
So the reason why you keep on going, the reason why your pec minor is tight is, you know, it's not just, oh, it's just tight, and now I've released it. Job done. Happy days.
That feels a lot better.
Yeah. It's not, I think in your case everything's quite, it should be a quick win. But keep on going with this for a second. I'm just getting a bit of a feel.
Is it tight there?
Is it?
Like, it feels like it doesn't want to come down when you press onto it.
Yeah, there's a few, it's basically I'm on some of your rotator cuff muscle. There. Go up again. Okay, now I need you to go into a dumbbell shoulder press with a non-existent dumbbell with this arm. Okay.
Oh, yeah, that's tough.
Go again.
Like, if I was to do lateral raises, my left is significantly weaker than my right.
Well, yes. So it might be weaker because it can't really move very much.
That doesn't feel too bad.
Go again. Go again.
My left shoulder burning.
Yeah, you can relax that. Right.
Feels like I just pressed 100 kilos on my left shoulder.
Yeah, so there was obviously quite a lot of stuff going on there.
Yeah.
I'll leave that one alone for a second.
Thanks.
Right, this glute. So basically there's a few ways to do this. Can you drive your hips to the left? Drive your hips to the right even.
What, towards your finger?
Yeah, just towards me.
You sure?
That's it, that's fine, yeah, don't worry about it. And then back again. Good. I think that because you're quite responsive, then it could be better to do it active rather than just having you lying down.
Do you want me to kind of rotate my hips?
No, not really. You're basically doing fine. I'm just getting a bit of a feel for what's going on here. It's not terrible.
Alright, okay.
It's not too bad. There is actually like some stuff that I'm gonna check on though here. No, that's fine actually. Like in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Go again.
It's not too bad.
No.
When you first touched it, I was like, oh my god. Oh, no, it's okay.
Well, what about that?
No, that's okay.
Good. And here. Good. And there. Good. And again.
That's, yeah, see, yeah, no, that's not too bad. It was like, if you were to go down a little bit, I feel like it.
Yeah.
Like here, maybe.
It's around. So probably what I have to do is if you slide down on your left side, I'll take this off so my elbow is a bit sharper.
Great.
But
that's exactly what we want.
yeah, that's what we want.
Sharp elbows.
There's a lot of attachments around here. So first impressions.
Yeah, so that there, that feels really sensitive.
Yeah, in there, right?
Yeah. Oh mate, you can't press hard.
No.
You're not even putting any pressure.
I'm putting in about, based on an elbow, this would be sort of like a 4.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, 3 or 4.
Right. Okay. Well, it seems.
So I'm just going to start moving, and then I have to go around. Yeah, just basically all around this area. In there's bad, right?
A little bit.
There.
Yes.
Try to bring yourself slightly, yeah, good. Okay, so I'm gonna try and get all of this kind of moving a bit more. Give me a shout on like, in terms of how intense this is, like where are we at the moment? Scale of 1 to 10?
Probably like 6, 7.
6 or a 7, okay. Do you ever like roll your glutes or anything?
Not really. Oh, you fucker. That's like an 8-9.
Yeah, so obviously if your glutes aren't really releasing at the right time, your hips will move in a certain way, and then your lower back will get pulled in on your back squats. So like you were saying, the butt wink.
Yeah.
So what we need to do is kind of like test. Obviously I saw you doing some squats in the warm up before we started the video, but we need to, essentially just create a little bit more space. There is space, it's just that the nerves don't let the muscle move in that way that we want it to. Okay, so long deep breaths, mate. Yeah, so it's
horrible bastard.
I think that actually in one of my other videos when I was doing the windmill, is that your left glute?
I can't remember.
Yeah, I'll have to check again. It was my first day of doing windmills, and then you tried to do one.
Yeah, and I got crap.
Yeah.
Oh my god, man.
Alright, so I'm going to basically leave this alone for a second. Go to the same thing on the other side.
I mean, it still feels quite sensitive, but not as much as...
Not as bad as the other one.
Not as much as the right hand side.
There's some tissue there that's...
Yeah, I was going to say that's a little bit worse.
Yeah. Because when one side's dysfunctional, or not like maybe working quite as well, let's say,
Right.
the other side will sometimes overwork.
So you think that the left side might be dysfunctional?
Well, it's just that, you know, when you did your rotations,
Yeah.
so it was clear that, you know, when you were stepping to the right side, your left side didn't really want to release. Okay, so first of all, I need you to do a few rotations of the arms, right? And how does that shoulder feel on the left?
That just feels a lot better.
Right. Because you were moving quite well before.
Yeah,
but
it wasn't necessarily it wasn't necessarily sore, but it was more just like I could feel the left shoulder more than I felt the right.
Okay.
So
like
it almost felt it feels like a numbing.
Okay.
Like if you were to do a rep, like if you were to do a set of shoulder press.
Yeah.
And maybe it was quite high repetitions. Almost just feels like you've just finished a set.
I see.
And the shoulder's really fatigued.
Right. Okay.
That's sometimes what it feels like 5 minutes after.
Right.
a set. It just kind of feels very like numb.
Because we'll test that in a second. Let's just see what's going on here. So I need you to move this shoulder forwards and backwards. Just the shoulder. It's fine. Yeah.
It's quite bad as well.
Yeah. Because I know that this one will be.
Yeah. That's probably worse actually.
Again, it's the case where this side might have been possibly pushing a bit harder.
Oof.
And how is that? Is that referring, or is it local? Is it like?
It's local-ish, but it's starting to
go down the arm a bit now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Relax for a second. And what about now? Local again?
Yep.
Okay.
Again, starting to creep up the shoulder into the shoulder.
Okay. So I'm just going to try to work through. Just give me a shout whenever you feel like it's coming down the arm.
Yeah.
Just give me a shout. Yeah. But I need to get onto that attachment point again. You right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
could be better.
Yeah.
Can you do a set of? All I need you to do is basically turn your head to the right and the left. Good. Put both arms just down to the side of the body. Good. Any perception there of like?
No, that's actually not too bad.
Good.
I don't think.
Same again.
Oh, bloody hell, mate.
Keep on going.
Oh, that's just like. That's actually really sore.
Keep going. So try to move fairly smooth. You don't have to like make any one rep massively full of effort. Okay. Okay, so there's something going on here. So turn to the right, keep on turning to the right and back again. And again. And again. Ah, there it is. Okay, right, yeah, good. Sorry, that was something just, okay, go again. Good. Relax for a second. Because this is all sort of like...
Yeah, it's connected.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, basically you had a sort of an adhesion here. and then that released when you did one of those right side pulls.
Okay. Yeah, because when you had it pinched, it wasn't too bad.
Yeah.
It just felt like somebody was pinching it hard, so it was sore.
Yeah.
But then you put your fingers on
Then I
top,
went vertically down
and it was, yeah, it was
onto
really,
here.
Oh, it was really sore.
So now what I need you to do is the arm rotations as best you can. I know my fingers are kind of in the way.
Oh.
Go again. Good. Bigger arm rotations than that if you can, mate.
It's like at this point coming up.
And again. Okay, so we've got to get rid of this. We've got to get rid of this. There's a bit going on here. There's still like a mechanical sort of thing happening. So yeah, let's just do the classic check the pec. So driving up, not too bad. A little bit tight up here. And again.
Yeah, a little bit.
Just try and get this out. And again. Okay, relax. Right.
Oh, wow, that was painful.
Yeah. If you can do those rotations again. So we're just gonna.
What's that?
It's your serratus muscle. So the movement of your scapula requires this to also be part of the mix of things you're doing.
I need to bite onto something.
Just try and think about, you know, happy thoughts and everything. I'm trying to do it in a sort of a nice way, but it's not really, because it's so close to the ribs, it's like quite a flat muscle.
Right.
It's not really like, I'm not staying on any one point for too long. Okay, last sweep, collarbone, gonna just go through across here, across here, across here. Just get all the way up to that, which is the main point, just from a different angle.
Oh, wow.
That's the one.
Oh, mate, what do you want me to do? Just hold it.
Yeah, just it's a trigger point.
Good.
Yeah, is that basically would be probably where you feel.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
I'm trying to, yeah, probably.
Okay.
But sometimes it feels like it travels more into like the depth of the shoulder. So I always go like this, and I'm like trying to like
It
get
will-
my thumb in.
Yeah, because if these muscles aren't sort of helping to contribute, then some other muscle will come in, and then it'll probably be your anterior deltoid.
Yeah, sure.
Try and have like your sauna today or whatever, and then just keep an eye on this and see how it feels when you start doing different patterns. Drop that shoulder. Bring that shoulder back a bit, down, and then backwards. Bit less. Drop it down low. There. If you can think about that a little bit.
Are you trying to say this is me even?
Yeah. And I know it feels like you're doing that.
Yeah, it does.
Right? But basically you need to proactively release this and this. So you need to think, drop the shoulder, and then a little bit back. That's the thing that you need to start doing. Okay?
Okay.
Alright. Now, can you show me 10 squats like that? Your best form of squat that you can muster. Do you want to put your shoes back on maybe?
That's all right.
Is that alright? Okay, what if I wanted you to drive a lot more weight back so that your hips don't rotate as much?
Like that?
That'll do. And again. Cool. Now I want you to set an exact amount, so pelvic crease and patella converge at the same point. So go for it. Bit lower, bit lower, bit lower. That's it. And drive. Now, can you do that 3 more times? Rotate your toes out. Heels are fine. Move the heels out a bit wider. Now rotate the toes out and a bit more. And do 3 squats from this position. Elbows out as well. Flare the elbows. Good. And drive the hips back. Hold. What do you feel?
My back.
Yeah, lower back here.
Yeah.
Okay, both sides or one side?
Just the right side, really.
Drive up
Yeah,
again.
the left side a little bit as well, actually. A little bit higher up on the left though.
Yeah, so not as much down here now.
Yeah.
Okay, go again. Hold, slightly higher. What do you feel? Same thing?
Actually, I feel my quads.
Come up again. Cool, and do that one more time. And just knees out, hips back, drive it more. And push up again. Okay, so what I don't know, you probably see what I'm trying to do there, right? So usually it's like, oh, tight glutes, oh, don't worry about it,
Yeah,
it's all good. You know, and then nothing changes, right? So obviously what I'm doing there is I'm like overcorrecting the squat a little bit.
Right, okay.
So it's kind of like, I'm trying to get you to start driving out so that you can actually stretch those muscles because we've sort of released some tension.
So really trying to drive.
Yeah, do that again. See what I'm...
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like really.
Right, yeah. Now, do one more time. Come up again. Okay, go down. Okay, now. There we go. Toes on the floor. Yeah, so I'm gonna get you into a certain position in a second that I basically want you to prep for the next week or so. So lower, 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 bit lower. Hold. And drive up again. When you're doing that, you feel the lower back, yeah?
Yeah.
And you feel the glutes as
Well, I
well.
actually feel quite a lot on the hips.
Yeah. So that's the kind of like
And then the lower, when I stand up, you can then feel the lower back.
yeah. Do that one more time, but fire the abs just as you're about to stand up.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm trying not to press on the knees now. Knees out, knees out, knees out. Hips back, hips back. There, drive up. Did you fire the abs?
Yep.
Do it again. Hips back. Drive the, yeah, good. Okay, what does that do in terms of changing the...
Not feeling the lower back at the top,
Yeah.
but yeah, I'm feeling it at the bottom. But obviously it's because I'm pulling the hips back so much, I'm just trying to keep tension in the back.
Yeah, so you can go back to your regular old Olympic squat or
Sure,
whatever
sure.
style, but that one is the one that's going to open out the hips and open out the glutes. So you need to temporarily use that as like a sort of mobility exercise almost.
Sure.
So if you lie down flat, we'll just do one more thing, and then I think in your case you're going to have to go and test these movements.
Right, okay.
Yeah, and then we'll do a set of press-ups as well at the end,
Right.
just to see what the result is
Sure.
from this pec stuff. So, lie down flat completely. So this will give me a chance to see what the, try to relax if you can. Okay, start twisting your heel in and out. Toes stay where they are.
Both heels?
Just the right is fine. And how does that feel?
Feels very tight when I
When-
turn externally.
Yeah. But not as bad as what I did before, right?
No.
And what about here?
Again, kind of the same thing. It's
Same
just,
thing, cool.
just a restriction.
This is
when-
just a final check. What about here?
Yeah, that's not too bad.
Good. Okay, relax again. In, just try and relax for a second.
Oh, is that?
In here. Not too bad.
Yeah, not too bad. It feels more just like a pressure point than anything else.
Okay, relax again. Is that you relaxed?
Yeah.
Okay. And in there?
Yeah, it's quite sore.
Okay, it's the start move. So we're just basically taking out the last bits of tension, but the way to kind of get this sorted is to do those kind of squats. You don't need, you could do them with like no body, you could do them with like body weight, or you could do them with 20 kilos or 15 kilos or something.
Yeah.
But it's purely, what's happening is, I'll go through the last bit in a second. Is this pretty bad? Okay, start moving that heel.
So bad.
Yeah, I think that just released. Sorry, mate, I'm gonna have to go in through here. Go again. Pretty bad or not as bad?
It's pretty bad, but it's not as bad as what it was before. The one before was worse. But
Yeah, I sort of managed to get most of the points using the other position before. Right, that'll do. Okay, same thing on the other side. So we're just gonna go through the last checks. Glute medius, try and relax. Any pain in there?
a little bit of there's like a little bit of sensitivity, but it's more just because you're digging your elbow into.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, move that left. Sorry, yeah, left
Yeah,
heel.
that one.
Yeah. So this was what, when the foot wasn't rotating towards the right, I was under the impression that the muscles on the left side of the left leg were not willing to release the right leg. So that's why we had to go and do both sides. So this is pretty rough.
Yeah, probably go 8, 9.
Yeah. Go again. Okay, and then I need to do there. That's worse, isn't it? Yeah. Right, yeah. So I'm trying to keep it sort of consistent, but because it's quite tight, and it's sort of like the attachment's right next to the hip, iliac crest and all that. It's like it's just try and keep on moving that left foot in here.
Yeah, it's still okay.
That's still okay.
But when you come up to here,
There.
yeah.
Okay, last bit.
Oh, that's terrible.
Right, reach up with this arm towards the mirrors. Anything to report here?
Yeah, it's quite intense.
Start, reach your left arm forward and then reach your left foot backwards. And that sounds weird, but almost as if someone's pulling your leg. Yeah.
Yeah.
So do that. Okay, good. Now keep on reaching, but don't unreach. You know, so go reach with this arm.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And then see if you can find this point with your legs. So I want you to reach away from your body with this leg and then start doing little rotations, just little movements like that. And then you can feel this attachment point going down here.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can feel this pulling on your hip.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so this is the QL muscle. So it's quite hard to get to, but because it's been overactive with all of the other muscles, sort of almost like relying on it in some ways, we can get to it by reaching with both sides of the body and then creating small movements, although it's not the easiest muscle to get to. So how's that now? Is it starting to
get a little bit better.
Cool. I'm not going to do any more on that, so we just do the final release on here. So,
When you were doing it, I could feel the pull on that side, but I could also feel the right side, just kind of like.
I see. Almost like, that's my mate sort of thing.
Yeah, my mate,
like,
what
this
you
guy's
did
in
to my
trouble. Okay, last little bit here. Anything
Oh yeah.
now?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay. So, keep on moving that foot. Keep on reaching away as you're moving it. I know it's a pain in the ass. There we go. Now you're getting the attachment down here.
It keeps coming and going a little bit.
Here.
Yes. Yeah, that's it.
That's it. Yeah, not the easiest.
Oh.
There.
Yeah.
Right. Stand up. Okay. So you glad you
No.
glad you came to the session?
Yep, it's really good.
Yeah, that's the kind of
I feel exhausted.
yes. I know my reviews are amazing for these sessions. They're incredible.
God, that's great.
So, all right, basically all that stuff I did is not a fix. All it does is gets the blood into the muscles, it gets the nerves a little bit off of the muscles so that things start working normally. I don't do muscle energy techniques in these sessions, which I'm supposed to. So basically I'm supposed to stretch this and then you're supposed to push forward. So if you push now, 1, 2, etc. You're supposed to do that with your muscles that I've released, but we don't have time to do all that. I can get everything done within the time. So now your mission is you need to start rotating and getting a sense of what's going on there so I can see what's going on the next stage.
Sure.
Then we basically need to, you need to start doing the Mark Rippertoe starting strength low bar squat.
Right, okay.
Which
I have tried full bar before, but
so you actually don't need the bar.
Right, okay.
I need you to just do the style,
right, okay.
which is
Yeah,
kind of where you know it.
Yeah,
But basically, just look on the cover of Starting Strength and then you'll see what I mean.
Yeah,
But that's going to open out the groin. It's going to start contracting the glutes. It's also going to lengthen the glutes, and it's going to basically get the back and core working with your hips. You don't need to do them heavy at all, but you need to do them up to about 20 kilos.
Right, okay.
And then what's happening with your squats, every single time you go down, All good, all good, all good. Brain's like, nah, glutes are about to start doing something. Do that, and then we're here again.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so that's the thing that you need to try and work on for the next
Right, okay.
2 or 3 weeks or something. Okay?
Perfect, thank you.
So, how do you feel and everything?
Fantastic. Like a new man.
Yeah, you look great. Like,
Thanks, mate.
like having a great time.
I feel like I've been through it.
Yeah, so yeah, we'll do a follow-up in a few weeks and then we'll see what's going on.
Perfect, thank you.
Cool. All right, mate. Nice.
Cheers, bro.